Hey everyone, good morning and welcome to AskSpot Office Hours live house sessions. This is where you can ask your quick question regarding AskSpot and get live help. And on these calls, we also do live builds to show you how different AskSpot tools work in real use cases. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments, feel free to put it on the chat or unmute your mic. And our topic for today is a simple in-store assistant for maybe a convenience store, a liquor store. Honestly, it works in different like niche. It can work it for a pharmacy store also. So basically, customers can scan a QR code. They can ask it what they're looking for, and then the AI recommends product and tells them exactly which aisle it's in. It can also tell valuable information regarding the product. So the cool part is this just literally solves an everyday problem, especially for convenience store owners with customers asking the same questions, their staff being busy, and then people not knowing what to buy. So honestly, this is one of those builds that look impressive to the client because it can save an everyday problem for them, but it's actually just structured context, a good prompt, and then we just add a few channels. So it's nothing super complicated, but you can get a lot of value from it. So I'll show you guys how to build it from scratch using AskSpot. So let me just exit out of my screen and go to my AskSpot account. And so this one is going to be a spotlight. It's just because Spotlight looks much better when it comes to like um, AI or customer facing AI. It just looks like your typical, business card. However, it's loaded with, oh, sorry, where did I click on that? It's loaded with helpful information. So as you can see over here, let's click Spotlight, and then let's start to put the name. So this one's name Store Helper AI. Let's just wait for that to finish loading. Okay, cool. Let me click inside the Spotlight and upload the source. So for the source, it's just information on the items that the convenience store has, which aisle it is in, what kind of like product it is, which category it is. So I put it in a document format, on a Word format. However, one thing also is you can put this inside a Google Sheet. You can categorize, by aisle, by what kind of product it is, information of the product. So I highly recommend Google Sheets for that. Now over here on our header section, let me just disable this since we don't really need a header for that. Let's move on to our profile settings option. So for the media right here, I'll just use a photo or an image. Let me just add that. So first is like information about the business. And then next is, let's add another one. Next is this one, info about AI. You can add more media if you want. You can even add video. So let's make sure this is saved. So this is the first thing that they will see on the profile card. And then if they like click next, there you go. And then for our profile description, just say this. So Easy Mart is a neighborhood convenience and liquor store. Okay, offering wide selection, open every day. Located on Bell Avenue, Dallas, Texas. So not sure what to get. I'll help you choose and show you exactly where it is. So I think that looks good. For the social media links, not really relevant. And then let's go to the chat section. Okay, so I would enable the voice chat since I think it would be helpful to have that, especially if you're on a store. Let me just do that. And over here, let's make sure to input an initial message. So welcome, I can help you find exactly what you need and show you where it is in the store. Just tell me what you're looking for. Let's make sure that is saved. And now let's go to customization. So for this one, I'll be using this pre-built theme. Looks great on the profile image that we put in there. Next, I'll go to the prompting. Okay, so this is where you can make your AI smart and be able to assist the clients or the customers that they have or the convenience store. So let me just enlarge this a little bit. And so as you can see, first is we explain the AI what its job is. So you are a smart in-store shopping assistant for a liquor and convenience store. So if you have like a specific client, you can also provide it its name, maybe its location, what hours they are open, what else, what else do they offer, something like that. And your job is to help customers choose what to buy, recommend popular, affordable, or high quality items, and always tell the customer exactly where to find the product. This is what I notice the most when you're on a convenience store, grocery store, or any store in that matter. When you're looking for a product, you're not really sure which, what's the location of that product. So over here, you should ask what they're looking for, maybe suggest products, include a short reason for each recommendation, and then always include the location info. So here are like a few questions that the AI might get. Here's the tone, and then here's the goal of the AI, which is to help the customer decide and find the product in under 10 seconds. So I think that looks great. Let me just make sure that we select that, save changes. And now let's go over here to our channels. So for our channels, let me just add a few. So this one's going to be quick picks, create, and then the other one is going to be looking for recommendations. Okay, and then maybe a few like bestsellers. There you go. So as you can see, you can even use this for a gift shop. So if they have like bestseller gifts, they can recommend, the AI can recommend which gift to get. So basically helping the customer that's in store. So now let's take a look. We can now do a preview of what we built. Okay, so I have to put the channels over here. Just make sure that is showing. Okay. And copy that, put that right here. Copy this part. Oh, cannot get that, so just paste it. Awesome. There you go. Now let's see how that would look like inside our spotlight. Okay, cool. So here's the first thing that they will see. So you have your profile card right here. Easy Mart is a neighborhood convenience and liquor store offering a wide selection of beer, wines, spirits, snacks, everyday essentials, often every day. And then you have your welcome message right here. Let's select quick picks. There we go. So, Bud Light, okay, White Claw Hard Seltzer, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Barefoot Wine. Okay, there you go. So, it's located in aisle 5, lower shelf. So as you can see, it's pretty simple, but it's super useful, especially, on a real world scenario. You can even like put a lead form in this, collect the customer's name, maybe their phone number, and then be able to run like campaigns for the store or for the shop. You can even kind of like provide coupons, provide like sale like campaigns, promotions. So yeah, that's one thing that you can put also in here. is a lead collection form. Aside from being able to provide like service, you'll also to be able to collect leads and run campaigns for the store. So pretty much that's the whole build. You can easily adapt this, for grocery stores, maybe for pharmacies, for gift shops, like when I mentioned earlier. So just basically anywhere that, customers need help deciding or finding things. So, any questions regarding this simple build right here? Any suggestions, ideas? Just make sure let's copy, put that right here on our chat. Okay, link.
Kim, this might not be the best place to ask this, but I'm just wondering what kind
Mhm,
of success people are having promoting,
mhm.
the bots and related.
I don't have that.
What kind of things are selling or
Correct.
that customers are interested in? It's a
Right.
lot of cool stuff you can do here.
Yeah, there are a lot. Yep. It's a great question, Eric, but I don't have that data. Like I don't have like an insight on that. You may want to direct your question to maybe David, or
Community.
we can send them, yeah, you can send them a quick message on scroll.
Yeah.
Yep, certainly. Let's see
I can
here.
tell you from my standpoint, what I think,
Mhm.
we may have success with is maybe an HR related assistant where you put your human
HR.
resource manual
Mhm.
and it outlines your responsibilities and your benefits and all those good things. And then I also have a group that is a recovery group, and we have a bot that's going online that will be a resource to the community for those types of things, alcohol,
Right.
drug, and then in turn. We'll also put in within it resources for assistance, people that are experiencing, at their time of life, these kinds of things. Sometimes they have, financial needs, health
Mm,
needs. And so
mhm.
it's a chat bot to answer these questions. It's not to hit the cloud or the internet, but specific documents that we put
Right.
online that's shared. And then in turn, the owners, the stakeholders can keep that up to date, through a Google Drive doc
I
or
like
whatever.
I like the idea, yeah, especially with the HR assistant. Maybe we can do a build of that. Eric, do you want to maybe see that on next Tuesday's health
Yeah, that
session?
sounds good.
Maybe we can, yeah, brainstorm it together, see how we can build that.
Perfect. Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Eric,
interesting.
to answer your question, for what I've been talking to clients about has been more of SOPs, and creating. I've had a lot of interest in the fact of SOPs that companies are looking to put into the hands of their employees, and making it easy instead of. And at some point it's the idea of, well, what is your information that employees need quickly, and or customers that mainly might be written in a notebook. And that's SOPs for a lot of old style companies, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's been something that, um, again, I've got a couple of customers who do use this based off of that.
Mhm. Oh,
Yeah. I've got a couple of larger customers, and yeah, I think strategically, what you could do is, these companies, if they're spending good money with you, are investing in you, and in that process, we're learning these things, and I may be able to, just as a perk for doing business with us, be able to provide some of this stuff pretty quickly, easily.
Right.
What I'm struggling with is that lots of times, and this is probably something maybe you're experiencing, is they don't have their SOP documented. They don't
Well,
have a standard.
Right.
But
Well,
this
and
is a motivator. This is a motivator. It's a
oh, it definitely
realistic,
is.
um, once you get it done, it's so I have a manufacturing group, 40 people, and how do you uh, what how do you deal with using cell phones and time off and sick leave and so all those things can go in to that, and they can give it to them through a computer on the floor, and they can just walk up at the break and find out the answers, and then
Right.
build a deal where you can ask HR dynamically as well. So that's a form where it's collecting it, and so
And right. I mean, and this is where, um, and again, it's a discussion. It's the idea of what is it that, you want people or for the bot to do that would be, more offline. As you said, your
mm,
chatbots don't go to the general internet, but they're talking about documents and
yeah,
things that are more internal and or that are more couched for very specific reasons and is not lost in the flood of other information.
yeah. I wondered the other day I was talking to someone, and as an idea, I wonder they make announcements to these people. They have 75 employees, and I wonder if um, you can, through a setup with Google Drive, allow them to dynamically make the announcement, put it online. People hit the bot, fill out the form, uh, basically saying they've seen it, and hold them accountable,
Right.
accordingly. And that shouldn't
Yeah.
be hard to do.
Yep.
That's that should be something that'd be easy to do. And
I mean, and there's just a number of tie-ins to that. I mean, the tie-ins to, NFC cards and QR codes and big in manufacturing environments. Two of my partners are process engineers, and that they just sit there and they look at this and it's like, wow, this would be incredible to be able from just from a learning, from a documentation standpoint, of being able to turn that into specific things on the plant floor. And because again, as I talk to people, it's like, what does everyone do? Everyone carries their phone, and these chatbots are killer apps for the phone.
Yep.
So I've got a side note for you guys. It's Brad here. The thing that I've built for people, and this isn't an internal doc like you guys are talking about, but it's actually a PDF manual solution as well for manufacturers. So if you have something that's being made and somebody needs to build it as they receive it, you can actually send the bot with the PDF manual, and when they get stuck, they can actually ask the bot the question.
Interesting.
A good one. Yep, it's a good one. Instead of having to like, manually go and find the answer, you can have a chatbot do it.
so
Yeah.
you're saying the recipient of the manufactured product would be using it?
So let's just say you had a product on Amazon that was
Uh-huh.
shipped out and needed assembly,
Right.
and you normally sent out a paper form. You could
Yeah.
get away from the print and actually create a PDF in a landing page, take them to the PDF. If they get stuck on the PDF landing page, you can have a bot that would answer any questions that they had on that bot or on that
Makes
PDF.
sense. Yeah. Great idea.
Love that. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah. Those are very good suggestions and ideas, guys. I love that. Yeah, you are sharing that with us. But yeah, let's try doing one of the suggestions from Eric next Tuesday. Excited to see how that will go. And I guess there's like one question from Brad Dickey. How do I get to your build from Tuesday video? So you can get that on Inside School, Brad. So you can go ahead, go to school, and you should see all of the recordings along with the one from Tuesday. And then Dan asked also on the chat, Kim, is there a limit to the number of PDFs that can be added for bot information. I don't think there's a limit to the number of PDFs, but there would be a character limit for the bot. So just be mindful of that. You should see that on each bot that you build. You should see like the character, like, the character limit right here, or it should be right here. And then is there a way, could they be referenced as the actual image as well? Or will it only harvest and use the data on PDF? So when it comes to uploading PDFs on bots, if the PDF has an image, I don't think the bot will be able to absorb that information also. It will only be able to absorb information that are in text format. So hopefully that answered your question on that. Then, Kim, is there a
Well,
way to add?
so
Go
Kim,
ahead.
my question is,
Yeah,
if you built a, like they were talking about, maybe an SOP document
yeah.
that had quite a bit of background information that was PDF based,
Mm-hmm.
is there a way to, we're talking maybe 100 or 200 PDFs that would support the information in the SOPs
Uh-huh.
for reference. Like if I have an SOP for a cleanup procedure, but
Right.
I need to reference a material like a safety data sheet, and I need to be able to have access to that.
Right.
Is there a
Mm-hmm.
way to link out to a PDF based on a bot inquiry?
Um,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah, you
sorry.
should be able to do that. If I understand your use case, I think that's, and yeah, if I understand your case, I think, yeah, that's easy enough.
So you mentioned
You know?
referencing the PDF link, like you're going to be providing like the link to the PDF, you know, like when a user asks for it.
Uh-huh.
The chatbot. It depends on where you would store the PDFs. So if you're storing the all of the PDFs on a Google Drive, you should be able to provide like a share link, add that to like a reference or a knowledge base sheet. Put a category on it, what the PDF is about. And then the AI should be able to share that link when the user asks, what is the PDF for this function? What's the PDF for this like step? Something like that. So that's one
Okay.
way that would work.
Okay.
But
Great.
again, if you had like around uh, about like 15, 20 PDFs, the AI gonna get confused and you're gonna get accurate answer. When I say like if you have multiple PDFs,
If you load it, yeah. If you like
yeah, if you
upload
have
it,
like around like 20 PDFs, it could be a difficult for AI to understand. So uh like uploading direct PDFs, it would be a difficult. So there is a lot more other concepts like you have to vectorize that and to get the exact and precise answers.
I think Kim had a good answer in where you kind of categorize those and just tell the bot in a sheet, you know, if the question is about X, then go to Y. So you kind of do that the sorting for it.
yep, yep. Basically the bot will be like a directory for the PDFs that you have, especially you mentioned 100 PDFs, right? We won't be loading those all into the AI. It will hallucinate if we like put 100 PDFs on it. You can try that on ChatGPT, you can try that on Claude. All of them will hallucinate when you put
Uh-huh.
100 PDFs on it. So yeah, that's the
They'll
workaround.
be they'll be PDF drunk.
Agree. Yep.
So Kim, on that note, I have a question for you.
Go
And
ahead.
this is an advanced question. I'm not sure if we would need to go to the engineers. Is it capable, or is AskSpot capable of LLM retrieval and RAG?
I think that's how it works, actually. Yep, that's a very technical question, but I think yeah, during one of our dev sessions, I think that's how it works.
Okay, so then website documentation and documents and structural data is pulled dynamically?
Yes, yep, I believe that's correct. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Any other questions, maybe?
So one follow-up I had was, is there a way to upload a photo as you're inside a AskSpot product, using a tool built in AskSpot? Can it prompt you to upload a photo?
Not at the moment. The workaround for that is to like provide like a local drive, an online drive that the user can upload the image to. You can ask the AI to say that to the user, but it cannot like have that built in inside the chat and have the user upload an image.
So it could not provide them a link to that drive.
It can provide them the link to that drive, but inside the AI itself, inside the chat itself, there's no way to upload an image. So they would have to be redirected to that, external like online drive.
Right.
Mhm.
But you could direct them inside the chat.
Yeah, you can direct them. You can put it in the prompt. That's
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
what I usually do. Yep.
All right.
Even, have it go to a form upload, and just, uh, upload it from there. But it's external. I don't know. I don't know why they can't put that in there easily, but that's a question to the developers.
Yeah, that would be a question to the developers. Hopefully in the future we can have that here in AskSpot. See here. Any other questions? Today's house session.
Yeah. Don's got a question in there, Kim.
Oh, sorry, let's check. Okay, nice build, Ken. Would you go over the steps to really lock down fence in the AI to use only the information sources we provided and not stray into the internet? That would be hard to do, Don. That would be hard for the AI to not stray into the internet because that is where it also gets, how it structures its grammar, how it thinks, how it structures basically how to converse with a user. So it will, still use the internet, but if you want it to only reference the information that you added when responding to the user, that can be easily done via a system prompt. So you can just put hard rules to the AI. So never reference any information that is out of the sources I provided you, something like that. And if it still hallucinates, add another hard rule. That's just what I usually do. It all comes down to the prompting to the AI. Usually, the GPT 4.0 tends to, follow much better. And you also might want to change your AI config settings to be precise. So it will only respond with the precise information that it has. It will not like stray or like for this one, be creative, be unpredictable, be imaginative. So just make sure to set that to precise. Hopefully that
Do you
answers
all have a document that explains those settings down there?
right here.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're all inside.
more than this. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep, they're all inside school if you go to classroom. And then you
Okay.
have your like forgot the name of the course. Second. But yeah, that should be inside the classroom and it's named knowledge base.
Kim, sorry, I have one more question too.
Oh,
Don brought something up that made me think of that.
mhm.
So I have an Excel spreadsheet right now that offers tags with inside of the Excel spreadsheet with multiple tags inside of that. Is the chatbot intelligent enough to understand the tags with inside of the line items? So maybe, do you understand that question?
Yeah. Yep, but I'm not sure how the chatbot, processes that information when you have tags on the sheet. I'll have to ask the developers on that on how the chatbot, process the information. Um, yep. I'll have to like get back to you on that and send you a message on school for the answer.
Okay. I actually scheduled an appointment with you tomorrow based on
Oh,
multiple things.
oh, awesome. Let's answer that on the call then.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great, great. Awesome. All right. Any last questions maybe before we wrap up the call? Okay, I think everyone's good. I mean, I love that we had the productive session today, you guys. I love these questions. And yeah, thank you all for joining this Thursday's live health session. If you need anything, feel free to book a call with me or, feel free to reach out to me via email. And yep, that's it. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.